Easy Bake Oven. The Easy Bake Oven was first introduced in 1963 as a toy that let children to bake cookies and cakes using a compact, child-friendly oven. The original model used a side-loading design where trays were inserted from the side. Instead of real flames, it used a light bulb as a heat source. The toy made children feel like grown-ups in the kitchen, and within its first year more than 500,000 units were sold. In 2006, a redesigned version was released that more closely resembled a real oven, with food inserted through a front opening. Because the opening was larger, some children were able to reach inside the oven. In certain cases, their hands became stuck, while others suffered burns after touching the hot interior. In February 2007, plastic guards were distributed to prevent children from inserting their hands into the opening. But still, reports of injuries continued, and in July 2007, about 1 million units were recalled. In total, 278 reports were received of children's fingers or hands becoming stuck, including 82 cases of burns. In one severe incident, a 5-year-old child suffered serious burns after a finger became trapped and later required the tip of the finger to be amputated. Despite the large recall, the Easy Bake Oven still remains a well-known toy today, and modern versions have returned to the original side-loading design introduced in the first model. Cabbage Patch Snack Time Kids. Cabbage Patch Snack Time Kids appeared in 1996 as a new version of the already popular Cabbage Patch Kids dolls. Earlier versions were simple soft dolls designed mainly for imaginative play, without moving parts or mechanical features. This model, however, included a small internal motor that allowed the doll to eat, and it came with small plastic snack pieces for feeding. The idea of feeding a doll attracted attention because it made the toy more interactive than the traditional versions. Once it was activated, the system operated continuously, and there was no stop button to interrupt the motion. While this was intended to create a more realistic effect, it also meant the mechanism could pull in anything placed near the mouth without stopping. Soon, reports began to appear of children's fingers and hair getting trapped. In one case, a 3-year-old girl's hair became caught, and some of it was pulled out before the batteries were removed. As these incidents became more widely known, the product faced growing criticism for lacking a safety mechanism. Just 4 months after its release, the toy was recalled and production was discontinued. Customers who returned the doll were offered a $40 refund. What was meant to make the doll special ultimately became its biggest flaw: Buckyballs. In 2009, a product called Buckyballs Magnetic Desk Toy was introduced as a simple but highly addictive desk accessory. It consisted of small, colorful, and powerful magnetic spheres that could be combined to form different shapes and patterns. Buckyballs was marketed mainly to adults and intended as a stress relief toy that kept your hands occupied. At first, nothing about the product seemed dangerous. People enjoyed experimenting with the magnets, and Buckyballs quickly gained popularity through online videos showcasing creative designs. However, the strength of the magnets also created a serious risk. Some young children accidentally swallowed them after mistaking them for candy. In other cases, teenagers accidentally ingested the magnets while using them to imitate fake piercings. Inside the body, these magnets could attract each other through internal tissue, causing severe injuries such as perforations and the need for emergency surgery. As reports of injury